Hello and welcome to Seatrade Cruise Virtual. My name is Chiara Giorgi and I'm the Global Brand and Event Director for Seatrade Cruise Events. And on behalf of my entire team, I'd like to welcome you to our first ever virtual event. So by now, you should have registered and you should have received your link to come into the platform. So what I want to do is I want to walk you through the platform and this virtual event. So when you arrive, this is what you see. This is your home screen, and you can come back to it at any time by clicking the home button. From here, you can see all the different areas of our show, but they are also present here. So that's how you're going to navigate through. The first thing I'd like you to do, though, is go to your profile. So when you go into your profile, you're going to see all the information that we have because of your registration and the demographics that you filled in. I'd like you to look at this, and I'd like you to make any edits that are needed. And the reason I say this is because this platform that we're using is actually a matchmaking platform. And so the more accurate the information is that you have here, the better the platform and the AI tool will work on matching you with people that are relevant to you. So while you're here, you pretty much click on any of these edit buttons and you can edit your profile. So that's number one. Number two, I'd like you to go to My Event. And under My Event, I'd like you to go to My Meetings. And here are all the available meeting slots throughout the event. And this is what is going to appear on your profile for people to try and make meetings with you. So what I want you to do is to go through this and check that you're actually available during those meetings. If you aren't available the entire day, you can make yourself unavailable by clicking that button. If you're just not available during that time slot, you can make yourself unavailable just during that time slot. But this is going to be important and will help you build your schedule for the week. One other thing I want you to note right now is you see all these times that are listed. This is based off of the time on your computer. So no need to worry about what time zone you're in. This time zone matches whatever time zone you are in or your computer believes you are in. Okay, so back under this My Event, My Schedule is where you're actually going to have a schedule that you're going to be building out. So by going through these different areas of the show, you'll have the possibility of adding things to your schedule. And so this will be the easiest place for you to go and see what are you doing for the entire week. And same, so My Networking is where you're going to see all the people that you've already connected with. And I'll show you how to connect with people later. And then this part here is another important one, and it's My Bookmarked Companies. So those are all the exhibitors. So once you start scanning through the exhibitors, the easiest way for you to organize yourself is to go through and click, and I'll show you which button to click, to add them to this list. So then it's just easier for you at the end, rather than constantly having to go through the same exhibitor list. Okay, so just to take a step back, when we decided to launch this virtual event, we thought about, well, what makes our live events so popular? And ultimately, there are 4 pillars to our events. And so we replicated those 4 pillars. Those pillars being education, sourcing, innovation, and networking. So I'd like to start with education. We have prepared a 4-day 2-track conference program for you throughout the event. And at any point, you can come to this agenda section and you can see everything that is happening during the week. Conference and networking. You can look through day by day. You can filter by the type of session that you want to do or whether it's an activity, and there will be networking things here too. And then you can also do it by topic. So if there's a particular topic that you're more interested in, then you can click on that and those things will appear. As I said before, when you're building out your schedule, if you're going through this and you see something that you're interested in, just click on this because that will add it to your schedule and then, it's all in one place and you know what's going on. When the event is, oh, and just to finish up, obviously if you want more information on the actual session, you click in here and you can go through and you can see who's speaking, you can see information on the sessions themselves. And then once the session actually goes live, there will be a Q&A button and a chat feature there. So you can ask questions directly to the panelists. One thing to note about our conference program is all of these are recorded, and so even if you can't make it during that time, they will all be available on demand after the event. The only thing that you will miss out is probably the live Q&A and being able to ask those questions, but you can always watch one of those sessions. These two tabs, those are where those sessions will take place. You can get to them just by clicking through here, or if you know that they're happening now, you can go directly to one of these and see them. So the last piece about the education that I want to bring your attention to is Seatrade Cruise Talks. So if you didn't know, the past 3 months, we have been hosting webinars and podcasts. And we decided to just share all of those with you here. So these are all the webinars we've done over the last 3 months. You can click in and watch them on demand whenever you would like. So they will be available here. So over to our next pillar, which is sourcing. So that is where you're going to want to come here and meet with the different exhibitors. So as you scroll down, you can either just scroll through the list and pick who it is that you want to meet with, or you can come here and filter it by the sectors you're looking for. And then, as I mentioned before, if you would actually want to meet with them, but right now you're just trying to figure out who it is that you're interested in, you would just go through and click these, and these become your bookmarked exhibitors. So if you wanted to actually go into one, so you'd go in here, and they've already set themselves up. So here is their video that they've decided to upload to show you what they're all about. Here is where you can actually book meetings with them. So they will have their availability here, and you can request a meeting. They have put the information on their company, their contact details. They've uploaded a few products and services and documents that you can look at. And right now there's only one team member listed, but once the rest of them have registered, they'll all be listed here as well. So you can interact with the company, or you can interact with the individual. And actually, with the interaction with the company, you can come over here and you can always write them a message here and just say, hello, I'd like to meet with you. And send that. And then they'll come back to you and let you know if somebody's available to meet at that time. If they are, all of the meetings have video capability, so they'll just turn this on and you can meet by video. If perchance you want to meet with any of the exhibitors with a few of your team members, make sure to mention that here. So when you're messaging them, say, hey, I'm with a couple of colleagues and I'd like to meet as a group, they will need to they'll need to set that up. But that is possible. We do have group meeting. Same thing here. So if you were requesting the 11 a.m., do the virtual meeting room, but then do send them a message and say, hey, we're a team. We'd like to meet as a team. So if you've been to any of our events, you'll know that we have these big national pavilions. So some of those pavilions will be exhibiting at the event. And so you can go through here and look at the different pavilions. So let's go into MedCruise. So here they haven't fully set everything up, but once they do, here in the information tab, you'll be able to click in there and see the different members of MedCruise that are actually exhibiting at the event. So you can either click directly onto one of their members and go and speak to them, or you can communicate directly with MedCruise. And then same goes with sponsors. You can go through and see all of our sponsors and see if you want to meet with them. All of the products and services that any of the exhibitors, pavilions, or sponsors are listing will then be listed here. So if you just want to go through and filter by our different sectors, then you can see all the different products and services that are available during the show. So this brings me on to innovation. So our Innovation Zone Theater is where you want to go to see what some of our exhibitors are showcasing. So new innovative products and services, this is where you want to go. Please ignore the times here. These are just on demand. So at any point you can come in here and you can watch their video on demand of their product or service that they're showcasing. And again, you can have a live discussion with them, but you can also just go straight to their company and request a meeting if you'd like, or talk to them directly. So my final pillar for you is networking. And that brings me back to the matchmaking piece. So if you go to the attendees tab, this is where you're going to see all the attendees. So all the exhibitors are the companies themselves. Within those companies, you'll see all the staff members. But if you go to attendees, you'll see them here too. This top part here, people you should meet, that is the matchmaking. That's the AI-backed technology that this is all based on. So anyone that the system thinks that you should meet with will be listed here. So what you want to do is if you are interested in connecting with them, you click here. And this opens up their profile and you can send a connection request. So once you've sent the connection request, you can actually start to communicate with Cindy, but then Cindy would need to, in this instance, accept my connection request and interact with me. And same thing, I could request to have a meeting with Cindy, but the meeting won't happen until Cindy accepts it. One other thing that I want you to note, as you can see here, all I'm seeing is Cindy's basic information. All her contact information isn't available until you are actually connected. So I just wanted you to, be rest assured that any of that information that you're putting into your profile isn't available for everyone. It's only available to the connections that you make. So last thing is group discussions. We have tried to create these group discussions based off of the key topics right now. So there will be moderators. We will be initiating the conversations, but please come back here, interact, read what people are saying or put in your 2 cents as well. We're hoping that there'll be some interesting conversations that happen around these group discussions. Then if at any point you need any help, please just click on need help and our team will be here to help you with anything that you need on the platform. Up here at the top, this is where all your notifications, so anytime people are sending requests to connect or anything, that's where these will appear. And then over here is any of the messages that you'll get. And again, if in any doubt, press home and you're back here and you can navigate through our event. I really hope you found this useful, but please do get in touch with us if you have any questions. If you know any of us personally, email us directly. Any of the information on Seatrade Cruise Virtual can be found on seatradecruisevirtual.com. And I look forward to seeing you guys in a couple of weeks. Thank you. Bye.